Hey guys, SPARTAN117GW, and today we're going to be talking about some of Kryptek's new apparel and their combat apparel, which is pretty cool that they're actually launching. So this is kind of more their everyday kind of wear. Everything that I'm wearing right now is from Kryptek, including the hat, Typhon hat. I've actually been wearing this a lot for my Jurassic World setup. Also have the new gray short sleeve shirt. This is interesting because, this is a nice, like, everyday kind of wear, kind of working kind of shirt, short sleeve. It's nice, it's comfortable. You have a pen pocket right here. You have two standard chest pockets right here. Really interesting. I don't know why the industry is doing this, but they're always putting buttons here when the buttons don't do anything because it's all Velcro. So this is a full-size pocket on this side. This, I guess you could call it like a three-quarter size pocket on this side with a pen pocket right here. This is actually probably an ideal size for like a cell phone or something like that. The real kicker, though, is these pockets right here. I took a close look and I was like, there's no way. Is there a pocket there? And there sure is. Huge pocket in here, and this is definitely reminiscent of something you'd find on like ACUs or other tactical uniforms. So nice that they have these quick, easy-to-access pockets right here that you can access if you happen to be wearing some kind of body armor or vest on top of this. You can still access those pouches. Now the pants are the real kicker because for a while I was like, man, there's nothing lighter than Vertex pants. Vertex Kryptek pants are great. They're light, they're streamlined, they're beautiful, elegant, very well cut. And then I got to test these out, and I will say these things are extremely light. I mean, very, very lightweight and just super breathable during the summertime. Definitely really cool, and that's probably my favorite feature about it. It's just like when you wear them, it's like you feel almost like you're wearing shorts, but you're not wearing shorts. It's just super, super light. Now, there's roughly 3 pockets on each side of the cargo pocket. Basically, you have the main cargo pocket. You have a pocket inside the cargo pocket in case you want to put something in there, like a magazine or whatever. But then you also have a pouch or pocket that basically goes in between the cargo pocket and the main body of the pant. I presume this is for like knives or stuff like that, or if you need for magazines or something. It's actually a pretty decent sized pocket. My whole hand fits in there. Probably, maybe or so more ideal for like a magazine or something. You do have pockets on the buttocks for like wallets and stuff like that, although they do just feel very kind of loose. Like, I mean, if you put like a really fat wall in there, maybe it won't fall out, but I feel like if you put something thin back there, you'll probably lose it. Now for the main cargo or the main hip pockets, they're actually pretty good. They have a nice little kind of, I guess you could say, double sewn seam or whatnot. Basically, it allows you to put a knife in here, no problem. It's a little bit thinner than I would like, because if you put like a knife or multi-tool in there, you do definitely really want it to grab on the edge of the hip pocket, but it could be a little thicker. But overall, the biggest strength of these pants is the fact that they look pretty professional, they look clean, and that they're extremely light. So if you're running around a city all day and you need something that's going to be nice, light, and comfortable, that's pretty much the way to go. Well, more or less, that covers your pretty much everyday tactical apparel. Alright, so now on to the combat apparel. Now what's interesting is that there hasn't been a super wide selection of Kryptek combat apparel out there. Kryptek has more or less focused more on the hunting market, leaving the combat apparel to companies like Plat Attack, or for example, UR Tactical or Vertex, and there's a couple other companies out there that do make combat apparel. So this is actually nice that this is coming from the company, or Kryptek Asia, but more or less the company itself, Kryptek, introducing their own line of combat gear. So what we have here is the combat shirt. The first thing I noticed is the sleeves are a little bit tad long, but I mean that actually happens to me with a lot of small regular uniforms. Even the standard Army combat uniform that I was issued, the sleeves were just a little bit long. But everything else, size, chest-wise, length, and everything was just fine. But for me, I tend to roll up my sleeves anyways, but if you want to, you can still use the Velcro to actually make the cuffs tighten if you're in an area that you need to protect yourself from bugs or whatever. But definitely something that could be noted. I mean, maybe it's just me, I just might have short arms. One thing that's interesting too, there are no pockets for elbow pads or anything, so this is kind of more streamlined, slicker kind of combat top. You have as you expected, your shoulder sleeves with their pockets. One thing I noticed that the Velcro strips on the shoulder sleeves could be a little bit taller. I know they're trying to go for a sleeker appearance, but when you put an IR flag on here, it just doesn't feel like the entire flag is really, set down onto the top. But there's still plenty of real estate for patches and everything like that, and the pockets themselves are more than adequate for any kind of other accessories or anything that you may put in there, whether it's a little green Write in the Rain notepad or something like that. The actual material itself is, as your expected ripstop. It's actually really, really good quality too. Like when I first got this, I was like, man, this is actually built really, really well. The cut itself is kind of what makes it kind of unique. Of course, you have the little cotton base here that obviously will kind of, whip moisture and stuff away from the body if you're wearing gear or if you're wearing plate carrier or this, that, and the other. What's interesting though is that the material actually kind of changes, so it's in a ways it draws maybe a little bit of inspiration from like Massif or from 511 in terms of where the base is, but the actual cut itself kind of reminds me of something that you've seen with like the BX. So it's kind of a little bit more divergent away from what Cry does and a little bit more towards what the rest of the market is doing. So the cut itself is kind of unique, and if you look at all the different combat shirts out there, you can see that there's definitely certain styles of cuts or different things companies have done to kind of change their style away from Cry, so Cry doesn't get mad at them. But that's just another subject for another day. But overall, the quality of the fitment and of course the material is definitely really impressive, and I think it's great that Kryptek is really launching into the tactical world, being a first party essentially, instead of doing things through third parties or selling material and having other companies making combat apparel. Next, let's get into the pants. Now, when it comes to the combat apparel, while the top is pretty dang good, I think where they really knocked it out of the park is the pants. So what I'm wearing is basically the jungle pants. It's more or less a version that has vents in it to allow for breathability and extra, airflow in environments where it gets really humid or really hot. I'm not gonna lie, during the summer it actually really comes in handy because I've been wearing these pants a lot. What's great too is, unlike the urban pants, these are more of your standard thickness or maybe even a little bit thicker, so they have a lot of durability there, but of course the airflow is great. You also have very interesting use of pockets. Essentially, you have a pocket inside the cargo pocket in case you're putting like a magazine there or something like that, and the cargo pocket itself is very, very spacious. But what's cool is you basically have a pocket in between that pocket and the main body of the pants. So this allows you to put like magazine or something else in there that's even faster to get to, or a multi-tool or a Gerber or something like that. Other than the fact that you can also put knives and stuff in the actual hip pockets themselves. Although I do feel the little ridge there that the most multi-tools or like knives and stuff that would typically grip to on the seam or edge of the hip pocket could be a little thicker. It's just a little thing because sometimes when you have basically a thinner seam or a thinner edge or whatnot, the multi-tool might not grip properly, and sometimes you can lose it when you're sitting in your friend's car, or maybe you're driving something that doesn't have doors, like a Jeep, and it just bumps and you hit a big bump and it flies off or whatnot. What's also interesting too is that the belt loops have Velcro or hook on them. So you can actually run quite an array of combat belts or rigger's belts and this, that, and the other with this in a lot of different configurations, because there's a lot of companies working on different styles of setups for a subload essentially. And the fact that they actually have the hook on the actual belt loops itself is really nice, because that means they're really open to that idea to running another subload. And if not, you don't have to use it particularly, and it'll just look cool essentially. Also, there's adjustment on the pants, so you can make those finer tuned adjustments even if you have a belt. And we've all had those pants before, right? You have the belt tightened down, or maybe the pants are maybe just an inch too big, or maybe an inch or two too big, and you just need that little extra bit of adjustability on the pants themselves, so you don't have extra slack just sticking out or folding over in just weird ways. Of course, this has that on both sides, so you can really get the pants down, especially on the waist, to the right size that you need it. And then you just tighten the belt, and the belt obviously keeps your pants up. One thing that's interesting too is that these pants are actually designed so you can actually put foam knee pads in them. A lot of companies are not really going with the combat knee pad style that Cry does, particularly because I believe Cry's patent on that, but this is kind of their version of it. And overall, the pants perform exceptionally. The jungle pants, obviously their main strong point is the fact that you have that extra ventilation, and I am not joking you, in the summertime, it's the best. The actual location of the vents are right basically behind the calf, and you have some on the inner thigh. And I'm not going to lie, the ones on the inner thigh are pretty dang awesome. But overall, I think their whole their whole venture into the combat apparel is going to be pretty dang good. Their, your typical urban apparel that they have that I talked about earlier is really, really great, but I think it's great that they're really starting to push more into that tactical market, because that's something I've always wanted to see. They do excellent, amazing stuff for the hunting community, and it's cool to see that from a first-party perspective, they're really pushing into that as well. And in case you didn't know, they actually have quite a few other cool little shooter's caps or different like hat designs. This is one where the bill is just one solid color, but they actually have one there's different kinds of designs and whatnot. And of course, in all the available patterns of Kryptek Typhon, Mandrake, Nomad, and maybe they even have Yeti. That's one pattern that I still have yet to get my hands on, is Yeti. But as you can see, the Mandrake top is great and definitely is available in the other patterns as well. The pants will be available in all their patterns as well. So make sure you guys check it out. Kryptek, they do a lot of good stuff, and I'm actually really excited to see where their combat apparel is going to go and how it's going to really affect the community. So make sure you guys check it out. Thank you guys for watching. SPARTAN117GW. I'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, if you're interested in more information from Haley Strategic, visit our website at www.haleystrategic.com. You can see our training, product development, and our marketing services that we have there. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel. This is SPARTAN117GW. Okay, make sure you subscribe to that. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Travis Haley. Stay sharp, be safe.
Hey guys, I'm Leanna Vamp, and you're watching SPARTAN117GW.
Stay tuned.